Hello and Merry Christmas. This is a story, this one is called The Sound of a Bag of Carlite Finish. And it's about the sound of a bag of Carlite finish. This year I went to 11 funerals, almost one a month. Mostly the expected, though there was the younger brother of an old school friend. That was unexpected. The younger generation catching up. A long time ago, when I was a young man, this was when I was working as a labourer, I was working with this plasterer, Roy. He was a real grafter. Plasterers are a different breed. They are not the same as you and me. You have to have something a little bit wrong with you. You've got to be a little bit special to be a plasterer. It is not a trade for lightweights. Total focus to be a plasterer. It was coming up to Christmas, and of course everyone wants everything done for Christmas. And this fella Roy, he had 13 children, North Belfast. And so he was working flat out 7 days a week, and every penny was accounted for. And he was pushing himself like there was no tomorrow. And I heard this sound from upstairs. It was a refurbishment, a big old house on the Antrim Road. And it was a filthy day, freezing cold, the rain and the wind off the lock. And I thought at first it was maybe a bag of Carlite finish. This heavy sound of something solid hitting the floor in this big old empty house. And I called out to Roy, but there was no reply. And so I raced up the stairs, and there he was. The first coat of bonding was still setting. His face was white with dust, and the bonding on the wall was all scarred like rivers or like veins running across the walls. I remember thinking how his boots were so clean. I always admired the way he kept his boots clean. I rang the ambulance, and then I rang our boss, and then Roy's wife arrived, and so there was me and Roy and his wife and the ambulance men, and Roy's wife is crying and saying to me, "But what am I going to tell the children?" And I wasn't much more than a child myself at the time. I didn't know what to say. I felt bad for her and the children. Most of them did all right. One of the boys went off the rails, but caught with 2 Russian grenades and a pipe bomb on the outskirts of Dungannon, but that was way back now during the Troubles. I don't know what happened after. Out on licence with all the others, I suppose. I never heard anything else about him. But the sound, you never forget the sound. Whenever they dropped the body in the ground, or whenever there was an incident, to me, that was the sound. The sound of a bag of Carlite finish hitting the floor in a big empty house in winter. Thank you.